Hello everyone, I welcome you all on our YouTube channel Gate Classes by the TechU faculties. I hope you all are doing well in this pandemic situation. And nowadays, the pandemic situation is improving in our country. Let's hope we quickly recover from this situation. From now, I'll be your tutor for the remaining course of the heat transfer. So I would like to introduce myself. I am Chandrapal Singh Inda and this is me. I am BTech in Mechanical Engineering. I have completed my MTech in Thermal Engineering from MNIT Jaipur in 2017. Since then I am teaching, so I have more than 3 years of the teaching experience. Currently, I am working as assistant professor under Tech Third scheme in MBM Engineering College, Jodhpur. Before starting the course, I would like to talk about the GATE. So, the GATE is all about the numerical problems. Therefore, we can score good marks if we are able to solve the numerical problems. Therefore, this course has been designed like after each and every fundamental, we will have 2 to 3 numerical problems so that we can score good marks. So, today is our first lecture on convection heat transfer. So, let's start the course with the introduction of the heat transfer. By the second law of the thermodynamics, the heat is being transferred between two medium and the two bodies just due to the temperature difference. So we can say the heat is a function of temperature. So Q is denoted by heat is denoted by Q, heat transfer, and T is a representation of the temperature. Heat transfer is a directional phenomena. It always occurs normal to the given surface. So this is the surface and it is the direction of the heat transfer. So it always occurs normal to the given surface. The unit of heat transfer is unit of heat transfer is joule, which is represented by the capital J, and joule is also a unit of energy. So the one form the heat transfer is one form of the energy. Next, unit of rate of heat transfer, unit of rate of heat transfer is joule per second, denoted by watt or capital W. One more unit is here related to the heat flux, watt per meter square, which represent the heat flux represent that rate of heat transfer to the per unit surface area, means amount of energy to be transferred from the surface per unit time per unit area. Rate of heat transfer per unit surface area. So we have three kind of heat transfer. So let's see three modes of heat transfer. The first is conduction. Conduction is a mode of heat transfer in which heat transfer through the stationary medium due to the movement of the free electron and vibration energy of the molecule. So the condition required for the conduction is that it should be a stationary medium. Stationary medium, whether it is solid or fluid. For an example for the fluid is that if the fluid is trapped inside the wall, this is wall A and this is wall B, and the fluid is trapped inside this, so this there the heat transfer mode will be a conduction. Second mode of heat transfer is radiation. Every body which is having a temperature more than 0 Kelvin that emits the radiation. So if the temperature is more than 0 Kelvin, that emits radiation. The last and final mode of heat transfer is convection. Let's start with the introduction of the convection. Convection is a mode of heat transfer in which heat transfer occurs between solid surface and the fluid just due to the relative motion between them. So the primary condition for the heat transfer is there should be a temperature difference, and for the convection the second condition is that there should be a relative motion between them. So the primary condition that there should be a temperature difference, and second condition there should be relative motion between given solid surface and the fluid. To understand the definition of the convection, let's consider an example of a solid plate, a solid surface, a flat plate. Flat plate which is maintained at a temperature Ts, and a fluid stream with the velocity u infinite and temperature T infinite approaching towards the flat plate. So as the fluid stream comes in contact with the solid surface, the layer of the fluid which is in contact with the flat plate having the same velocity as that of the flat plate. This condition is due to the no slip condition. As the fluid is viscous, so viscous fluid represent no slip condition. Means this fluid layer is stationary, so it is treated as conduction. So this condition is known as surface conduction. Secondly, as the fluid moves towards the flat plate, a hydrodynamic boundary layer develops. This is where the fluid strike is known as leading edge, and from the leading edge the hydrodynamic boundary layer develops. Due to the development of the hydrodynamic boundary layer, there is an advection of the fluid or a momentum of the fluid. So the maximum heat is carried away by the momentum of the fluid. So momentum of fluid is there in boundary layer, momentum, or you can say advection. So the convection is a summation of surface conduction and momentum of the fluid. So we can say convection is represented as surface conduction followed by advection of fluid. So this is the definition of the convection heat transfer. Let's classify the convection heat transfer. The convection heat transfer is divided into two categories. One is forced convection. In a forced convection, the heat is carried away by the bulk movement of the fluid. By this bulk movement of the fluid is due to the external forced mechanism. So the maximum heat is carried away by the external forced mechanism, and in case of the free convection or natural convection, there is no evidence of the velocity. So the heat is carried away due to the density gradient. There is a density gradient. So the Grashof number will play an important role in the free convection. Forced convection further divided into two categories. First is external forced convection and second is internal forced convection. In external forced convection, the fluid is allowed to flow over the surfaces. So the example of this is cooling mechanism of gas turbine blades and IC of and cooling mechanism IC of computer and laptops. And in internal forced convection, the fluid is allowed to flow through the closed conduct or internal surfaces. And example application of this is in heat exchanger. Let's move to the next page. Convective heat transfer coefficient. For any type of convective heat transfer analysis, it is required to calculate the value of the convective heat transfer coefficient. If you know the value of the convective heat transfer coefficient, it is easy to find the value of the convective heat transfer by using Newton's cooling law. According to the Newton cooling law, the rate of heat transfer Q dot rate of heat transfer is equal to the HA Ts minus T infinite, where H is convective heat transfer and A is surface area Ts represented as a surface temperature and T infinite is the temperature of the fluid stream. Temperature of fluid stream. So to find the value of convective heat transfer coefficient, we have two approaches. The first approach, in which we know the temperature distribution in the direction perpendicular to the given surface. If we know the temperature profile or a temperature distribution in a normal direction to the heat transfer, normal direction to the surface, in that case we can find the value of the convective heat transfer. And if the first condition is, if we know temperature distribution in normal direction to the surface, And the second condition in which H can be means convective heat transfer can be calculated by finding dependence parameter on which H depends. So H is a parameter which depends upon the various parameters, and here we have two kind of heat transfer, convective heat transfer. One is force and another one is free. So in both the cases these parameters are different. So if we know these parameters, we can find the value of convective heat transfer. So today we will discuss the first approach in which we know the temperature distribution in the normal direction to the surface. Let's consider a flat plate maintained at a Ts temperature and a fluid stream with the velocity u infinite and temperature T infinite approaching towards the flat plate, and this is x direction and this is y direction, and direction of the y is the direction of the heat transfer and x is the direction of the fluid flow. So boundary layer forms as the fluid strike the flat plate. So by the boundary condition we have minus k, that conduction heat transfer is equal to the convection heat transfer, minus k dt by dy, because dt by dy is here because the heat is transferring in the y direction. So dt by dy at interface means at this y is equal to 0 will be equal to the ha ts minus t infinite. So we do here we don't know whose conductivity is to be used, whether the conductivity of fluid and conductivity of the solid. So therefore we enlarge this area, take a cut section from this portion, and this is a solid surface, and at this solid surface at interface there is a fluid. This darker section represents the fluid. So whatever is heat is going through the solid is received by or gained by the fluid. So in both the cases there is a conduction, as this fluid is a stationary layer. So we can say this is equal to the minus kf. Kf represents the fluid conductivity, kf surface area, Ka dt by dy at interface means y is equal to 0 is equal to minus k of solid into area dt by dy at y is equal to 0 for the solid, and this is for the fluid. So area is equal, so we can say heat flux at the interface in the solid and the fluids are equal. So here we can use any of this. If we know the temperature gradient of the solid, then we can use the thermal conductivity of the solid here, and if we know the temperature gradient of the fluid, then we can use the thermal conductivity of the fluid in this formula or in this boundary condition. Through this boundary condition we can find the value of the convective heat transfer coefficient. So this equation is obtained at interface, and this condition is obtained by the boundary condition. So here we can find the value of the H, and this H is a local convective heat transfer coefficient. Local means this is at a particular point in a x direction, in the direction in which the fluid flows. So this is at a local point. Let's have some numerical over this formula or this fundamental concept. Yes, the first question is the first question is a coolant at 30 degree flows over the heated plate. So this is a temperature of the fluid, so which is represented by the T infinite, and the flat plate maintained at the constant temperature of the 100 degree. So it is the temperature of the flat plate surface, so it is represented by the Ts. The boundary layer temperature distribution at the given location. So we can see here that it is given at the location. So what we said, that was the local convective heat transfer. Local means at a particular position. So also in the question is given that it is a local. Okay. So it is at a particular location on the plate may be appropriated as T is equal to temperature distribution is given in the normal direction to the surface, which is equal to the 30 plus 70 e to the power minus y, where y in meter is the distance normal to the plate and T is in the degree centigrade. So and next is, if the thermal conductivity of the fluid is, so the K of fluid is given is 1 watt per meter Kelvin, and the local convective heat transfer coefficient at the location will be, so we have to find H, convective heat transfer coefficient. So let's find whose temperature profile is this. So the boundary layer temperature distribution at the given location. So the boundary layer is formed by the fluid. So this temperature profile is related to the fluid. So we can use a formula which was saying that Kf into dt by dy at y is equal to 0, and this is a temperature gradient of the fluid, is equal to the minus K of solid into dt by dy at y is equal to 0 for the solid is equal to the HA. A is same, so it is heat flux, Ts minus T infinite. So here we know this value, so we're gonna use this equation. Minus Kf is here 1 and dt by dy. So dt by dy, we can find the value of dt by dy is equal to the minus 70 e to the power minus y. So dt by dy at y is equal to 0 for the fluid is minus 70 is equal to the H local into multiply by Ts is equal to the 100 minus coolant temperature is 30. So the H local will be 1 watt per meter square Kelvin. So it is easy to find the value of the local convective heat transfer coefficient if we know the value of the temperature distribution in the normal direction. Let's have another question. According to this question, question number 2, heat is being transferred by the convection from water at 48 degrees centigrade. So the fluid is water and the glass solid is surface is glass. Plate is exposed at the 40 degrees centigrade. So the temperature of fluid T infinite is given and T surface is 40 degree. The thermal conductivity of water. So the thermal conductivity of the Kf of the fluid is given is equal to the 0.6 watt per meter Kelvin, and the thermal conductivity of the glass and K of solid is also given, which is equal to the 1.2 watt per meter Kelvin. The spectral gradient of the temperature in the water at the water glass interface is, so this dt by dy is given of the in the water, so it is given of the water is a fluid, so dt by dy of fluid is equal to the 1 into 10 to the power 4 Kelvin per meter. So we have two parts of this question, hence this question contain 4 marks in 2003 paper. Let's have first part, the value of the temperature gradient in the glass at the water glass interface. So at the interface we know that the conduction in a glass Kf, conduction in a water Kf dt by dy at y is equal to 0 is equal to the conduction in the solid minus Ks dt by dy at y is equal to 0. So from here we have the value of the thermal conductivity of the fluid, which is equal to the 0 point, conductivity of the fluid is 0.6 into temperature gradient of the fluid is 1 into 10 to the power 4 is equal to the thermal conductivity of the solid is 1.2, and we have to find the thermal conductivity of the temperature gradient of the dt by dy of the solid or a glass. So we will have dt by dy of solid is equal to the 0.5 into 10 to the power 4 Kelvin per meter. So this is the temperature gradient of the glass at water glass interface. Now the second part is we have to find the value of the local convective heat transfer coefficient. So by applying the boundary condition, both of these equations is equal to the HA Ts minus T infinite. So minus Kf dt by dy is equal to the HA Ts minus T infinite. From here the value of Kf is 0.6 into temperature gradient is 1 into 10 to the power 4 is equal to the H, sorry, A is not required here as the surface area is cancelled out. So H and Ts minus T infinite, Ts is equal to the 40 and T infinite is 48. So from here we will have H is equal to 750 watt per meter square Kelvin, as we will have it will be a 750 watt per meter square Kelvin. Now move to the next part or next question number 3. The non-dimensionless fluid temperature profile near the surface of the convectively cooled flat plate is given by. So this is a temperature profile. This is a temperature profile for what? Temperature profile for the fluid. So this is a TF, where Y is measured perpendicular to the plate and L is the length of the plate, and A, B and C are the arbitrary constant. T, W and T infinite are wall temperature and ambient temperature respectively. If the thermal conductivity of the fluid is K and wall heat flux is Q double dash, the Nusselt number is, so we have to find the value of the Nusselt number, and for the Nusselt number the formula is given that it is equal to the Q double dot into L by K divided by T wall minus T infinite. So the heat flux Q double dot is equal to the, can be find as K of fluid into as the temperature profile of the fluid is given, so we can find the value of means heat flux of the fluid in a fluid. So minus Kf into dt by dy at y is equal to 0 for the fluid. The value obtained for this equation is going to be put in this formula, so through which we will have the value of the Nusselt number. Let's find the value of Q double dot. Minus Kf means conductivity of fluid is represented as minus fluid is given as K equal to the K, and dt by dy, so d by dy at y is equal to 0, so the value of Tf is T wall minus A plus B y by L plus C y by L square multiply by T wall minus T infinite and the bracket close. So we will have minus K and multiply by the differentiation of TW will be 0, so 0 minus differentiation of arbitrary constant A will be 0. From here we will have B by L plus 2 C by L square into Y multiply by T wall minus T infinite and bracket close. So we will have to find the value of dt by dy at y is equal to 0. In that case we will have, this equation will be minus K into, this is going to be 0, we will have minus B by L into T wall minus T infinite. So here we have Q double dot means heat flux is equal to the minus K into minus B by L is multiplied by T wall minus T infinite. So we have the value of the heat flux. So the Nusselt number is equal to the heat flux multiplied by L divided by T wall minus T infinite and divided by K. So here we have Q double dot is equal to the K, this minus minus going to be plus, so K into B by L T wall minus T infinite multiply by L by K divided by T wall minus T infinite. So Nusselt number will be equal to the arbitrary constant B. So the option number B is correct. So we'll conclude our first lecture over convection heat transfer here. In the next lecture we will start the second approach to find the value of convective heat transfer coefficient for the forced convection. Therefore, first we will find on what parameter H depends for the forced convection. Then we will discuss few dimensionless numbers which is related to the forced convection, and we will start flow over external. So we know that the forced convection is divided into two categories. First is external forced convection and second is internal forced convection. So after the forced convection we will start external flow over a flat plate or a forced convection. So we'll discuss in the next lecture.